What's up, gang? How you guys doing? It is Lieutenant Sal Blue, and I'm coming at you today. It is Tuesday, as Norbit says. Tuesday, August 17th, and this is episode 70 that I'm giving you for my daily podcast. So I didn't get started yet. I'm about to get started on my podcast, but I like to address you guys on YouTube first, kind of let you know what I got going on and how this podcast is going to turn out today. So, you know, the last couple of podcasts, I was talking about contributions and how you can contribute to your health, to your finances, to your relationships, and to your career or your job. And those things are extremely important for you to begin to develop the type of life that you want and to just begin to live with some true satisfaction when it comes to creating something, in your life, something that means something, something with I don't know, something that just satisfies you, right? When you begin to contribute all out, 100%, when you begin to contribute, the things that you have in your life begin to have a whole lot more value. And that's what's important, guys, right? It is so important to contribute and to have things that have more value. So today we're flipping the script a little bit and we're going to be talking about courage. Yes, this podcast is about courage and having courage, and you don't have to be in law enforcement to have courage. So here we go, guys. A lot of people are afraid to speak. They don't have enough courage to jump on a podcast, to go on stage, to do public speaking, and to talk to people. So a lot of people have that fear. So we're going to get started. I'm not one of them. All right. What's up, gang? How you guys doing? It is Lieutenant Sal Blue, 28-year law enforcement veteran and the author of the top 25 mistakes en route to the good life, first edition, second edition, and now, guys, coming September 1st, the author of the Mentor Manifesto. That's right, guys. So I am just getting my author groove on and just trying to put out as much content as possible because I realized I wasted so much of my life, man. And I can't get those years back. That is time gone. But I'm not focusing on that, right? What I'm focusing on is each day, each moment, getting the most out of each day and each moment. And what I've noticed is when I began to do that, when I began to focus on moments, right? Moments and getting the most out of those moments, I become a whole lot more productive in everything that I'm doing, guys. So uh, I am always working and pushing to do more and be more and to contribute more. So with that comes today's podcast. Today's podcast, guys, is about courage. It is about stepping up when you're afraid to step up, guys. It is about stepping through and without knowing what is on the other side. And I believe that that is some of the things that it takes to have the life that you want, right? A lot of people are afraid to step up and create the life that they want for themselves because they just don't have courage, okay, to move forward. Even if it's under a mentorship, they are afraid to move forward and take that next step, right? They go back and they want to read more and learn more and go back to college and get this degree and get that degree. When the fact of the matter is that if they learn a little bit and do a lot more, they could have a much better life. So this goes back to my mentor manifesto, and this is one of the topics that I talked about in my mentor manifesto, which was courage, guys. You guys got to have courage in order to create the life that you want. So it just finished raining, so I'm not sitting down. My patio's soaking wet, and I am standing. I am standing because everything's wet. But it stopped raining, so I wanted to come outside and do this podcast instead of doing it downstairs because I have more than enough time to do that when the weather is cold and it's freezing out. So we will get to that. But here you go, guys. in my mentor manifesto, what I said was learning to have courage, right? Even when I was afraid, was a major shift in how my life turned out. You guys hear that, right? It was a major shift in how my life turned out, having courage. Um, as you guys know my story, I was the middle of the pack guy, right? Everything that I did was not having courage. Being a middle of the pack guy, being average so that no one else notices you, is not having courage, guys. It wasn't until I was plucked out of that middle of the pack. I didn't do it on my own. I was plucked out of that middle of the pack by my mentor, right? And he put me up against situations that challenged my courage, things that I was afraid of. He constantly put me in those situations, and those situations allowed me to grow. And when I began to grow, guys, my life began to change, right? Your life cannot change from standing still. Your life cannot change from doing nothing, guys. Your life cannot change in status quo. It's not how you're going to get better. It's not how you're going to do better. It's not how you're going to reach more people, give more to the world, right? I believe we all have gifts to give, man. And the only way you're going to reach those gifts is as you begin to step out and have some courage. So the question that my mentor asked me, right? And this was me, and like I said, I was the middle of the pack guy, hanging with a group of underachievers, and I was in the middle of that pack. How disgusting is that, right? You're hanging with a group of underachievers, and you're still in the middle of that pack, not to stand out. That is when you know your life is going in the wrong direction, guys. And unfortunately for me, I had someone who cared enough about me to say, hey, listen, this is not the direction your life needs to go. You have a lot more potential in you, and I'm going to bring it out of you, okay? One way or another. And my mentor was a very scary guy, so he eventually brought it out of me because I became who I am today, having a stellar career in law enforcement and moving on to do even bigger and better things in my life. So, guys, the question he asked me was, do you really want to be part of a crowd that runs in the face of danger, lying down, showing their bellies, and giving up? Now, that is a strong way to tell me that the people I'm hanging with are cowards, right? He had a way with words, right? And it was how he said it to me, right, that really, really impacted me and made me begin to think and contemplate about the people I was being around, right? As I told you guys a long time ago, the world hates a coward. The world hates a coward. Even though most people running around out here are cowards when it comes to achieving the life that they want. Most of the people, 90% of the people running around this world, when it comes to achieving the things that they want, they all of a sudden become cowards. It could be the toughest guy in the world with tons of grit, right? And he will get in front of a crowd to speak, and he will cower. Okay, he will cower. Um, there's people who are super athletic and they have an extreme talent, but when it comes to them performing in front of a crowd, they choke. They become cowards in front of large groups of people. And so it's people who all their life talked about becoming an entrepreneur, or all their life talked about writing a book, or all their life talked about starting a business, and they never did it because they were afraid of what people would say to them if they failed, if they didn't achieve what they wanted to achieve. And I'm gonna tell you guys, right? Um, Being a coward holds you back from creating the life that you want. It holds you back from moving forward to anything of significance in your life. And so I'm asking you guys not to be that person, not to be